So I have re-saved this file I've been playing around with for you guys and showing you swatches. And I've resaved it under the name ToSpot Color so that I can use this resave version of this file to show you guys how to work using only two spot colors. So right now, just about everything's wrong with this. Not only have I placed four color images into this file, but I have created and applied a four color or CMYK or process color swatches to elements within this file too. So I know that I have a logo out there that is in two spot colors, and I'm going to use these. These are a spot color orange and a spot color cool gray. I'm going to use these two colors as my two spot colors for my um, newsletter. The reason why I'm using these two spot colors is so that I can go ahead and keep the two colors I'm using for this logo um, throughout my entire newsletter. But watch this. I'm going to show you a really cool shortcut to getting the correct color swatches onto your newsletter layout. Um, so I'm going to take this logo and I'm going to go ahead and copy it onto my clipboard. Command C. I'm going to minimize this window and go down to my um, InDesign layout here. Now, this InDesign layout, as I mentioned, has everything right now in the incorrect color model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I want you to watch what happens to the swatch panel when I do this. I'm going to paste this logo onto my InDesign layout. And I'm just going to stick it over here on my scratch board or paste board. Check it out. Look what happened to my swatch panel. Remember that anytime you place vector or copy and paste vector, or anytime you place raster onto your file, the color models come with them. So you'll see the two swatches that I used in this two spot color, two Pantone color logo. When I pasted it onto my InDesign document, those two swatches came with it. They're automatically added to my swatch panel. This is a major time saver here, you guys. I don't know if you realize how major it is, but it is major. So check this out. I am going to shift click all of these swatches here that are in this file, that are in the incorrect color model, and I'm going to delete them. Remember, I showed you that when you delete swatches that are actually being used in your file, it asks you whether or not you want to replace those swatches with other swatches. So right now, I'm going to say, yeah, replace those swatches that I've incorrectly used with, I don't know, I'm just going to randomly select the Pantone swatch and click OK. Now check it out. Every single instance where I have used the wrong color model, it has replaced those incorrect colors with the swatch. Now, what it didn't replace is, and what I can't delete because it won't let me delete or edit that swatch, is wherever I've applied black. So I might just do a select all for all my threaded text, apply the Pantone Cool Gray color, this here. I didn't want a fill color, so I'm going to give that the fill color of paper, a stroke of Pantone Cool Gray. The text that is inside of this text frame had black applied to it. I'm going to go ahead and replace that with the colored paper so we can do like some reverse text. So the idea is to just systematically go around anywhere where I have applied a fill or stroke color to something that is not a correct color. I'm going to replace those with a color that is one of my two colors in my swatch panel. And that even includes these other shapes that I have selected or used in solid black for. Remember, black is an ink color, so I don't want to be applying black fill colors to things or even to my text when I want my text to also be in line with these two spot colors. So I'm just going around and systematically, whoop, I just applied a stroke color to that text. So no, fill color, paper. This one I'm going to do fill color, paper. Um, Let's see. So there's still other things, right? This here, fill color, gray, and I'm just one by one going around. Now you might have noticed that my automatic page numbers that are on my master page, right? Instead of editing the color of those on the individual pages, I'm just going to double click, go to my master page, and select these and apply the correct text color to there, and it will automatically update it here. Uh, on my other pages because I have applied the correct color on my master page. So now here's the thing, this is where it gets a little tricky. Remember, you cannot change the color model of an image that is a raster image you have placed into your InDesign document, especially if that color model is CMYK or if you have erroneously, don't do this, placed an RGB image into your print file. But remember I said, hey, if you're going to do a two spot color layout in InDesign, then only place grayscale TIFFs. You guys remember me saying that? Only place grayscale TIFFs. So I'm going to bring up, if I can find it, oh, there it is, my links panel. And I'm going to use my links panel to, I have a grayscale TIFF for this inside of my text, right? But this is still in CMYK. It is still using all four ink colors. And this file needs to only be using those two spot colors. So I'm going to select this, and I'm actually going to use my relink option in my links panel. And I am going to, I don't want to do my CC library here. That's what I clicked on. So I'm going to relink using this button because it's not in my library. I'm going to find that color run grayscale, click open, and it is going to change every instance that I have used that color run CMYK version, and it's going to replace it automatically. Notice I did not have to place. I did not have to rescale. I did not have to recrop. I didn't have to put these things in new containers or picture frames that I created. Even here, where I used that image and cropped it in unique ways, I used my links panel to replace the CMYK version with the grayscale TIFF version. And then check this out, because these images are using a color right now. What color is it that these grayscale images are using? They're using black. This is bad, right? Because black is an ink color, and I'm trying to get every single thing in my InDesign layout to only use either Pantone 151U or Pantone Cool Gray. I cannot have my images also using black as a color because that is a separate ink color. So I'm going to select this image here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to select the contents of this image. So I'm clicking to make sure that not the container, but the image itself. Remember, we have select and direct select. Direct select allows me to select the picture inside of the frame, right? So with the picture selected, notice the fill color is set to what? It's set to black. Check it out. I can change it to one of my spot colors right now. In that instance of that image that I have applied is using a correct color model, cool gray, applied to the grayscale pixels. Now this one here, on the inside of my word prototype, I'm going to select the contents of that as well. And I'll show you, I'm inside of the prototype, and actually it's each part of these letters. So I'm going to change the fill color of those from black to Pantone. And I'm going to click the contents, Pantone. Click the contents, Pantone. Click the contents, Pantone. So here you'll see on my, oh, look at that. That's, yep, that image right there, this image, in all of these instances, I had placed a grayscale TIFF into those text frames, but also into this regular picture frame. And instead of those pixels being associated with the grayscale TIFF, I changed the pixel color by selecting the contents of the image and applying one of my spot colors. So I would want to do this for all of the images that I have placed into my file. Click on the contents, select one of my spot colors. Click on the content, select a spot color. And each time I'm doing this, I'm replacing the black grayscale TIFF pixels with instead one of my spot colors. Do note, grayscale TIFF is the only file type and the only color model that will allow you to apply a different color to those pixels. You cannot do that to any other type of place image in your to spot color InDesign layout. So go through, make sure you haven't left any stones unturned or accidentally applied a color. Oh, look at this. This whole article right here, I haven't changed it. So I got to change my text color to one of my spot colors, change my text color to one of my spot colors, change my containers or frames here, right? Objects. These are all currently still filled with a tint of black, so I'm going to change that color to the gray, and if I want to, I can go ahead and tint that gray. I have a feeling I'll probably be removing all those tint colors anyhow. So I think I've pretty much covered or gotten rid of all instances where I've accidentally used black or another CMYK color, well, except for this little thing here that's on my pasteboard. But hey, let me go ahead and change my text color to a correct color for that object while I'm at it too, just so I don't accidentally forget.